Hello. Okay, today I'm going to do something a little bit different to what I usually do. I've had people ask me to do this in the past, but I've not really wanted to do it because it's so much an opinionated thing when it comes to, But I'm going to show you guys how to do, how I do a boy makeup. Okay, I'm going to do a couple, I think. I might do 2 videos or just a long video of how to do a casual day boy makeup and an evening. I'm not talking about colours and too much. I'm just talking about like corrective. What I do basically. The reason I never did this before is because I don't do. I mean, I've been doing makeup for about 6-7 years, learning how to do makeup in like several courses, and not once really have I ever been taught how to do boy makeup other than a little bit of concealer and powder, pancake. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that's what majority of guys want if they're going to wear makeup. Like in the theatre, it's only like pancake and or just tiny concealer. I mean, they even do those silly little concealer pens for men. You know, the masculine ones, the anti-fatigue ones, which are actually concealer, but it's only like a little tiny bit. Anyway, I taught myself really how to do my own makeup. But just it's basically I do it as I say as a girl would, but I do put quite a lot on. But there's little things I do differently I've noticed than what most people do, like I just had to make it look not as heavy, make it a little bit more natural, because I would doubt you'd want to go out as a guy and someone to look at you and say, you've got a lot of makeup on, or he's got makeup on. I don't know, some people just don't want you to. I mean, but yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about. So yeah, I'm going to start off with doing like a day makeup, and then depending on how long this video is, I will either do a second one on how to do an evening one, or just add it on at the end, you never know. But yeah, okay. Hope you guys enjoy it. This isn't after, by the way. This is my before. Right, obviously, I mean, I've had, you've got to be all clean and fresh skin and all that jazz, but my skin's quite dry, so I always put, when you have to moisturise generally beforehand, because, well, I have to, because otherwise my skin will go incredibly dry, and you get that whole flaky business going on to dry skin. It just starts clumping sometimes, and you can see it. If you look really close, it just looks so dry, around here and here. But I'm just using a really light, moisturiser. I'm forgetting the living word then, because Dove and Nivea, a lot of things are too thick for my skin. It just feels really. I like it when it sinks in, and give it about 2 minutes after you've rubbed it in, and you can feel it, but it's not. You couldn't take it off. I know it's difficult to explain. It's dry. Your skin's dry. It just feels better. But yeah. Most guys out there know how to use moisturiser, so we won't go down that route. I put this next thing on, regardless whether it's a day or an evening, because it's just, I really like it. It's a MAC Prep and Prime. Oh, I'm not going to bother showing what moisturiser I use. It's just a cheap brand that I've loved for ages, so I always use that. But MAC, right? This one, MAC. Not so cheap. I use the Prep and Prime, the face daily, because I don't know, it just feels a lot smoother when you put concealer on, and I've noticed that as I'm getting older, you get the little tiny lines under your eyes, and just, I don't know, it just helps it sit better. And when I put concealer around here, even though I moisturise shed loads, it's sometimes towards the end of the day it gets dry, and you start getting that thing I was telling you about. With this, it kind of skips it, but when you put a tiny bit on, because yeah, I'm doing day one first, but this is pretty much sank in, to be honest. I just put it under my eyes where I'm going to put the concealer, really, because that's what I do for a day. I don't generally put foundation on, because you can do. I mean, yeah, I mean, just when you go out in sunlight, it tends to show that you've got foundation on, which is okay for some people, but I don't know, I feel very, very self-conscious going out when people, I don't know, I'm weird. So I'm just putting it wherever I put concealer, and where I'm usually prone to getting dry areas of skin. It kind of buffs everything out. It's really good. Okay, I'll let that soak in for about a minute, and then I'll start with the next. Okay, next I am going to put my concealer on. I've gone through quite a few in the past to find just one that's just right for me, and I found it's going to be different for everyone out there. But I started with Clinique, which I don't think you can see it in the slide, sorry. It's just a Clinique under eye concealer, which I don't think they actually do this particular one anymore. But like, I get it from America, because You guys have everything in America. Assuming my audience is mostly American. Hi. Anyway, I used that one. It was really good. It was very, very good for evening, but Clinique's quite thick, I generally find. And for day, I wouldn't really want it to be. As I said, I wouldn't really want people to notice on me. I don't know. I've changed to MAC again. Studio Finish Concealer. They're really good. It's quite heavy again, but it's easier to apply and it's thinner. I don't know. I just prefer it. It just goes on nicer. So now it's all my prep and primers all sank in, and for a day, I always go down the centre of my nose, just not much out of my top lip, because for some reason, this is just personal to me. My stubble is very black. Towards the end of the day, it gets really thick around here, and I just look like I've got, I don't know, I just feel rough with really thick stubble on show, so I always cover my top lip. And yeah, you don't want to put too much on for this, as I said, because it's day makeup, but I always have, if I can find it now, my concealer brush and a dry thick brush, just that I can blend with. Just blend it outwards, basically. There's going to be loads of different people. There's millions of ways of doing boy makeup, and I'm probably putting on more than most boys would want to wear, but this is what I do. As I said, by any means, I'm not an expert here when it comes to boys makeup. This is just what I do. So like, just do an area and then blend it outwards. So I'm not putting foundation on anything, I'm just literally correcting everything that I just think doesn't look. It can be lighter or... yeah. And I always just go down the side of my nose, just dark areas, aren't they? That's what I do. Try not to, when you're blending this, if you do this, try not to blend downwards too much. Oh yeah, I should have said, the concealer I've got it a tiny bit lighter than my skin. So it's sort of like a mini highlight. But, they always say, anyway, when you come to doing your day makeup, your concealer should always be a shade or two shades lighter than foundation. Just covering up random moles and silly things I don't want people to see. If you're going to do it this way, I know it's one shade lighter, but not. If you're going to just try not to make it too different in colour, because you'll have patchy skin. Right, then once I've got every area covered, I get a foundation brush, a clean foundation brush, and I get it damp. Not wet. You can't wring it. Water comes out, just damp. And I get a spray bottle and just spray it really far away. And I just, even though there's no foundation there, any that I've got, a concealer, anything I've got, blend it out. Not like really thick, just enough that if there is a shade difference or uneven patches of skin, it just makes it buffs the whole area out. Probably not even getting much makeup out, but this is what I do. I just don't want concentrated areas of concealer. Weird a bit more. Really important. I'm doing it now. I think I shouldn't do that. Is try not to do it with your mouth open or stretching your face, because you want to go over those lines or anything if you have any. Okay. Oh, something else I always do. After I've done, I always do that business. Because you're gonna have concealer. If you're gonna have it there and there, or anywhere near here, you have to get in there. Because otherwise, I mean, I've seen a lot of people go out and you get like a line of concealer there and there, and sometimes just random areas, and it's like, yeah. But don't do that when you're applying it, just when you're blending it out. Blending it out. Alright, next. Powder. So I powder the whole thing. A lot of people don't, because it's quite fashionable to have like dewy skin and you look all healthy and all that jazz. I like having, I like matte. I just love having things matte. But yeah, I've got Clinique powder. Clinique powder. And not a lot, because even if you've not got cakey foundation on, or concealer, it will make it look cakey because it's quite thick. This is why I love this one. Plus, it's a nice colour as well. It's not translucent. It's just, well, it is, but it's got colour. But yeah, I just press it really hard, especially around the eyes. I'm using a powder puff, but actually, a powder puff I need to clean really badly, but just because it helps it stay on longer and just pushes things into place. So anywhere where you put concealer. And yeah, I know I'm using a lot, but I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm sure there's an easy way of going over your eyes, because I put concealer on the eyelids, but so I do that and just get the rest off of a tissue off my eyelid, lashes. Don't want to go out with concealer on the eyelashes, powder, whatever. I've seen a lot of people do that as well, and that really, I just want to get a tissue and just say, come here a minute. But that's a bit rude, I think, so I won't do that. And big old fluffy brush. Just get off the accessory. Again, down the sides of your nose. Just wherever powder or anything can just sit. Just get a good old wet wipe just to get rid of areas that you shouldn't have it on, really. Just lightly brush my eyebrows and not putting too hard, just getting it off my eyelashes. I could just be more careful when I put powder on, but sometimes in the morning I'm just in a rush, so yeah. So not too heavy. So yeah, that's it. Not very glamorous, very plain. Just this is what I do if I'm gonna go out. Just in general, really. Not overnight. Well, overnight I put a lot more on. So yeah, all I can say is, I mean, the top tips I could suggest are just not to put too much powder on if you're going to powder. Make sure you get all the little areas that might have had clumped up concealer or foundation, and just use a dry brush to blend the concealer after you've applied it, and then get the damp brush afterwards, and then blend the whole thing out. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to some people out there, not just guys, and just for a day makeup, just a casual makeup for anyone. I just hope I had some tips that will help. Part 2, where I'll do the evening version of the boy makeup casual look that I do. Yeah. Okay, bye.